Hello everybody, welcome back to episode 12. So today we're going to start working on these villagers, getting these librarians in, and I've already started a little bit. So I made this track. I'm going to bust them out, bust through this so that I can just keep them in the boats and bring them over to this hole, which brings straight down to the room. And I've also, to get more villagers down there just straight away, I have dug a hole down our pre-existing thing here, and I blocked it off so that they'll go straight down the hole, down into more water, to make it into the big room lab downstairs. And let me show you what I've done, because I also did the walls to a little bit. I do not have enough to finish, but I started on these white walls just to make sure no villagers can escape. And I've also worked on right here this door now so that they also can't escape out this way. So I have a redstone torch here, which powers redstone line down there with a repeater all the way at 4 to make sure the door stays open long enough. But then this also feeds up here to that top one, and there's a button on the exact same opposite side of the same block, so we can open it from both directions. So what I'm going to do is let me try and maybe attempt to fly straight up out of here. Let's see if I can do it. Yep, okay. So I guess I'll work on getting these guys in the boats in, and I'll go feed our villagers over there so that they can start breeding some more, and hopefully we'll meet them down there. And probably to make more lecterns, I'm going to go raid the end fortress library so that I'll have enough bookshelves to make more lecterns for all the books that I'm going to need. So let's get to it. Okay, so now that we got these guys down here and we've already started receiving a couple of babies, hopefully a few more will start showing up, we need to give these workers places to stand. So I'm going to work up a few mock-ups and I'll bring you back for you guys to, I guess, help me decide which one you like better. Okay, so I've gotten some work done, have quite a lot of villagers. I have a couple over there too, had to start adding more. And got a lot of trades locked in. But here are the frame ideas. I'll kind of walk by them slowly so that you can see them. And I did end up posting these designs on Reddit for people's opinions. So some people gave their opinions of which ones they liked, and then there was one person who I can't remember their tag, but they suggested having one of each theme. So I'm thinking that I'll probably do that idea and just repeat them 2 times. So then I have enough stations for all the librarians. Um, but yeah, so I'll probably pick like someone liked the vine designs, which I really like them too. So I'll probably do a vine design, and then I'll probably pick one of these two nether bricks and then the black stone. And who knows, maybe I'll do a couple of the nether wood because they're technically different than the vines. But yeah, I'll probably pick a few of the ones that were suggested, people's favorites, or some that I prefer, and just repeat them along this wall to have a nice themed decorative wall. And then I do plan on having books on here with information of what the people have gathered. So it would be nice if these were themed. So like if they do a theme on the Blackstone or the Bastion and the mobs that they have in there, I can come up to this lectern book and be like, and know that this is going to have the information based on its theme. So that was a really great idea. Again, I'm sorry that I can't remember your name tag on Reddit, but I really do appreciate your input. And yeah, so I think I'll work on that next. I'll also work on getting the remaining villagers. I only have like about 5 or 6 more enchantments that are of what I'd consider must have to have full enchanted gear. At least the general gear, like the armor and then the tools that I use most often, like these and those. So, and a bow as well. So I'll finish working on that and then we'll see from there what I do next. we made it back. I hope you enjoyed that collage of me enchanting all my items. And just in case you couldn't see the enchantments very well, these are what I got. I was kind of hoping, with this, just to let you know, I have vanilla tweaks that allows me to combine my chest plate and elytra together by throwing them on top of an anvil, and then to take them apart, you throw them on top of a grindstone. You keep your enchantments on the right thing. But that's what that is, just in case you're confused. But yeah, I was kind of hoping that you'd see what enchantment was being put on a little bit better, but apparently I just did it too fast that you couldn't really see. So I'll just show you all my stuff now. But yeah, let me know if you liked that collage thing. I thought it would be interesting to try. And I'd like to know if you liked it or not. And if you do, then maybe if there's another instance where I could do something like that, then I'll definitely try and do that again. And as you would have seen in that collage too, is that I cheated mending onto my sword. I'd worked so hard and I didn't have time to just start over, so I just cheated it on. But to not be completely cheaty, I threw the extra mending book over the edge. If that bothered you, I'm sorry. But like, being a stay-at-home mom, I don't have all the time in the world to just regrind for stuff. And I don't plan on cheating throughout the entire time that I play, but if there's an instance where I've worked so hard on this already, like working with these villagers in general, it's taken me several days and barely got any actual footage type work done. So I couldn't just start over with that sword. But I also don't want to cheat in the way that I give myself extra stuff that I didn't necessarily earn. That's why I threw the mending book away, because cheating it on was basically using up that book that I just got. Sorry. Excuse me. But yeah, so if there's instances like that, I'll give myself something, but then throw away equivalent to what I gave myself in a certain scenario. But anyways, it's just to make it so that I can actually get stuff done faster and out to you guys. So I have these guys blocked off because I want to try and start breeding these guys, because we still don't have clerics in here. Which we probably won't get to in this episode, even though we're only halfway through. Getting villagers is a ton of work, and my villager breeder had actually broke for a little bit, which I think I know why. I had shown you that I had a couple of librarian villages over here. And you know how my water stream goes to about right here to 901 on the X? But the two villagers were on this side of that, and were somehow still being linked to the beds that are way up there. Now that they're moved, it should work again. And I'll just have to get it re-kickstarted. But right now my plan is to kind of just try and breed these guys, so I'm going to need to get some food for them. But with so much time left over, I'm thinking that we should build a gold farm. And we're going to build a gold farm so that we can build a bartering farm to get more gravel instead of having to go find gravel, mine it. So, which I'll probably still end up doing on occasion if the bartering farm gets low on gravel, because I'm using it so much. But I don't want to have to go mine for it every single time. I'd like to be able to trade for the gravel if I can. So I think we shall go get ready to prepare for the gold farm, and we'll go find a spot on the nether roof for it after I go to sleep. And I'll see you up on the roof. Okay, so here's the gold farm. So far I only have 3 levels, and I do have room to expand it 3 more for when I eventually go back out and get more magma. That's really the only thing keeping me from building the last 3. But I did AFK for about an hour and a half after I finished it, and got tons of rotten flesh, of course, and got this much amount worth of gold nuggets. So it's almost a stack and a half of gold, which is great to start out. So, next episode I'll probably work on a bartering farm. If we go beyond this barrier over here, it is a crimson forest. So as you can see, the crimson particles. So over here is a crimson forest. So I'll probably build a platform and build the bartering farm over here, so it's near our gold farm. So then it's, just easy load the gold. And then with that also being crimson forest, I'd like a more steady steady form of meat besides those cows I just have at home. So I might just have this be a general, I guess, nether roof farm area, and I'll probably build a hoglin farm out here too, so that we can get those pork chops, and then that's a ton of leather if we ever need it for anything. But before we end the episode, I have one more thing to show you at home, so I'll meet you over there. Okay, we're back. So this is what I wanted to show you is in this book. I've been working a little bit on the lore behind the town, and so this is the beginning of how High Meadows was founded. And I've come up with random numbers for a timeline. So it was founded in 2110. So it says, today is the day that a group of 17 people have arrived here to establish a town near Mr. Lowski's farm. So behind that story is Mr. Lowski came here. I think I came up with 2101. And then he slowly built up his farm to what it is now, when we finish it, of course. And so the word spread despite this area being not very populated, and so a few people, 17 people to be exact, heard about it, thought it could be profitable and help them get somewhere in life, so they wanted to come and establish a farm. So, continuing, we hope to make alliances with Mr. Lowski to help us get started and help us flourish. Our first days here were rough, with little food and not being in Mr. Lowski's good graces yet. We are just scraping by. We have started gathering the nearby wild cattle to get established and maybe grow a resource to make our presence more worthwhile in Mr. Lowski's eyes. Now that we have established a food source here with the cattle, we can now focus on building our shelters. Luckily, we have Jason, who is a mason. He has helped us build sturdy structures quite quickly and efficiently. Okay, so this is jump in time. It has been a little over a decade, and Mr. Lowski's son has inherited the farm, and he has expressed his willingness to establish an agreement to join forces, and he will now trade his goods through our town, helping support us and himself. To this day, our agreement stands strong with the Lowski family. So, I believe we're into 4 generations with the Lowski farm of what I've come up with. So this thing was put into this book like decades later, into the 4th generation. So although there is some tension about what to do with our new neighbors, quote unquote, who threaten our town and the Lowski farm by blocking the trading route to the steep ridge mines. And this is where it ends for now. But yeah, so the pillager neighbors are the new neighbors. They established themselves about, there they are, about I think I wrote down about 10 years ago they came in and have started threatening the town and the Lowski farm by blocking the trading route. and who knows what else they have planned. But I thought that that would be something fun to share to try and get a little bit more backstory about this town and the world around us as of right now with the Lowski farm and the pillager outpost, which still need to come up with a group name or something other than pillagers. If I can't then think of anything, then I guess they'll just stay pillagers, but if we could come up with a more creative name for them, that would be cool. Um, but yeah, that's the end of this episode, running out of time, so I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.